For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now.
Hello, cool people. We are officially less than 48 hours away from the highly anticipated Season 2 release of Rajan DK's The Family Man, which I can confidently say is easily one of the best shows to come out of the Indian streaming space. It's certainly my favorite. But before we get binging and dive back into the exciting world of Shrikant Tiwari, let's refresh our memories and recap what went down in Season 1, shall we? The Family Man follows Shrikant Tiwari. The answer to the question, what if James Bond was from Chembur? So he doesn't have any of the swag or fancy cars or cool gadgets. He's just an ordinary middle-class dude with a wife and 2 kids who just happens to be an intelligence agent for TASC, a special secret cell of the National Defense Agency. So, of course, his wife and kids don't actually know what he does for a living. The series follows his various missions tracking down the bad guys while trying to balance his responsibilities as a father and husband and trying to keep his secret work life a secret. Genre-wise, it's really tough to put The Family Man in a box. It somehow is much about stopping terror threats and kick-ass gunfights as it is about intimate moments of marriage and family. But if I had to put it in a genre, I'd say it's an action thriller, family drama, workplace comedy, romantic espionage. You know what? You can't put it in a box. The first episode introduces us to the latest threat that Shrikant and his team have to deal with, a gang of Malayali ISIS recruits that they suspect are planning something big. So Shrikant sets off to investigate alongside his team, which consists of his partner JK, as well as Milind and new recruit Zoya, along with the human embodiment of pure swag, the bona fide badass, Pasha. This guy is a one-man army, an absolute unit, a beast that just won't give up, just a tall slab of pure killing machine. No, shut up, you have a man crush. Anyway, the 3 suspected ISIS recruits escape custody, leading to a heart-pounding shootout in an abandoned mill compound, and holy shit do Rajan DK know how to shoot an action scene. The shootout ends with one of the 3 suspected terrorists, Musa, being captured alive. They interrogate him only to find out that he's just an innocent engineer who was at the wrong place at the wrong time and wants nothing to do with the terrorist's life. So they keep him detained in a hospital while he recovers from the shootout. Meanwhile, the team does some more digging and finds out that a mysterious mastermind is in fact planning a major terrorist attack on Indian soil under the name, cue dramatic music, Mission Zulfikar. As Shrikant and his team continue to investigate, they come across a student activist, Kareem. Kareem and his friends seem to be planning something big against a bigoted, hate-spreading MP. And when they set off to execute their plan, Shrikant and his team intercept them in another bloody thrilling action sequence. But in the heat of the moment, things escalate to a violent shootout and Kareem and his friends are killed by TASC agents. Only for Shrikant's team to find out that Kareem and his friends were never terrorists. They really were just innocent student activists. We soon find out that the real bad guy responsible for framing Kareem is another student at his college, Sajid, who's the real ISIS agent who managed to escape. To save face and avoid public outcry, TASC decides to tell the world that Kareem and his friends were in fact terrorists. It's a heartbreaking scene which leaves Shrikant broken. He goes home drunk and in pieces, struggling with the weight of the lie and the emotional burden of his job, which leads to a fight with his wife Suchi. In one of the show's most emotionally charged scenes, you realize just how fractured their marriage is. Her wanting the support and companionship that he doesn't provide, and him having to bear with the burden of his job which he can't share with her. It doesn't help that Shrikant also believes that she's having an affair with her friend turned co-worker Arvind, who she's been getting increasingly closer to. Following the fiasco of Kareem's wrongful death, Shrikant is temporarily transferred to Kashmir where he does a few ops with a former flame played by Gulpanag. We later find out that he's been sent to Kashmir to chase up another Mission Zulfikar lead and track down Sajid. Elsewhere, in the hospital, the thus far innocent but increasingly shady Musa seduces and gets jiggy with a nurse so he can get access to a phone and call his fellow ISIS peeps, leading to the big reveal that Musa was the mastermind behind the whole thing the whole time and is actually a top ISIS operative. Which takes us to episode 6's holy shit level 13-minute, one-take hospital assault action sequence, which is the greatest thing anywhere ever. It's a breathtaking sequence which sees Musa's men storm the hospital to extract him, killing a bunch of TASC agents along the way. It's a total bloodbath where the casualties include the swag machine himself, Pasha. RIP Pasha, you absolute beast. Back in Kashmir, as Shrikant investigates Operation Zulfikar, he uses the help of a CIA contact to sneak into Pakistan to interrogate one of Musa's associates to find out more about what they're planning. There we find that Pakistan's General Ansari and Major Samir of the ISI are the ones who hired Musa in the first place and that they plan to stage a nerve gas attack in Delhi. Luckily, the good guys manage to stop the general and arrest Major Samir, but it's too late. Their plan is already in motion in the hands of Musa and Sajid, who are both headed to Delhi to stage the attack. Which brings us to one of the most masterfully tense sequences of the entire series. Shrikant is undercover behind enemy lines in Pakistan and could get discovered any minute, while Suchi is in Lonavala with co-worker Arvind for a conference, and they're on the verge of getting jiggy. While Shrikant's young son is at home alone, where he finds Shrikant's gun and starts to play with it, and their daughter Dhriti sneaks off to some shady-ass house party. It's a masterful sequence which perfectly captures the essence of the show, where you're equally invested in the life-threatening situations as much as you are in the relationship drama. Of course, all these things get resolved. Apart from Lonavala, we never find out exactly what went down between Arvind and Suchi in Lonavala, thereby giving the internet its new favorite question after why did Katappa kill Bahubali? What happened in Lonavala?
The interest in the Lonavala question was slightly baffling.
He's quite voyeuristic.
So I was like,
Anyway, back to the terrorists. In the last episode, Shrikant's team lands in Delhi to try and figure out exactly how Musa and Sajid will go about the nerve gas attack. The two bad guys have actually taken over a chemical plant which Musa has rigged to spread toxic gases which will kill everyone in Delhi within 2 hours as he escapes with Sajid, leaving armed guards behind. Shrikant's team still doesn't know where the attack will take place, but luckily Zoya and Milind are sent to the chemical plant to follow a lead where they find the bomb. A tense shootout ensues between them and Musa's men. They try and call for backup, but Shrikant and JK are busy chasing Musa and Sajid, who have their own power struggle between themselves, leading to Sajid killing Musa and then escaping. Elsewhere, do you remember that innocent student activist Kareem who was falsely killed? Well, turns out his girlfriend has been investigating his death and she finds his phone at the scene of where he was shot and killed, where he's actually recorded a video about his innocence, calling out task agents, in which you can actually see Shrikant in the background. In the final moments of the show, we cut back to the chemical factory where we see Milind is killed and Zoya is trapped in the shootout with no hope in sight of stopping the nerve gas. The last thing we see is one of the chemical containers explode. So obviously we end on a cliffhanger. So did Zoya make it out alive? Did the bomb go off in Delhi? Will Kareem's video come out? Will Shrikant's family finally find out what he actually does for a living? And most importantly, what happened in Lonavala? Find out on June 4th.